Daviess County Rural Water, $193,640.48 of reimbursed full amount of $154,912.38. Looking for a single signature approval.
So moved.
Motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Go ahead, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Okay. Thank you. All right, we got SIDC drawdown 7, COVID grant, Michelle Perico. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's been a while since I've been here.
Yes.
I'm kind of filling in for Rhonda today in regards to the COVID grant funding, Phase 2, county received for businesses, and it's winding down. We have an end date of September the 15th. So this morning we have a final draw that program, and throughout this second phase, the grant was able to assist 23 businesses, and it would be from that 164 employees of those businesses. What we're looking at this morning with this final draw is 3 additional businesses at $5,000 apiece, which would bring the total grant request to $120,000 at that point. We have spoken with the Office of Community and Rural Affairs, and the county is able to distribute evenly additional grant funds to these 23 businesses up to a max of the $10,000 that was set in doing grants to businesses. On the second phase, there is a $10,000 max.
And you're just talking about second phase only, not phase 1, right?
Right, that is correct. The majority of the businesses receive $5,000, so this means that they would be receiving $5,000 more, this additional funding, if they chose to do so. It's my understanding right now that the Daviess County Economic Development Corporation has reached out to them and is letting them know about the additional funding and having them sign a document if they'd like to receive the additional funding, is my understanding. So hopefully everyone there will be able to receive that additional funding. And as far as we know, everybody is still remained open throughout the process and all. So, and with that, that would be an additional $110,000 of the grant dollars, which would mean $230,000 of the grant funding would be able to be requested or applied for. This last request then would be 15 and 110, so it'd be for 125,000.
1,000 total.
Yeah.
That'd be down to 20,000 left in the coffers.
Right. There would be a deobligation of 20,000 that would have to go back to the state at this point.
Okay. I like to keep all the dollars here in Daviess County, everything we can. So, got anything else on that, gentlemen?
No.
No.
All right, that sounds good. So, this today is just for the ask for the 3 businesses, and
well, and also
total?
the additional
Okay,
funding.
so
if
it's
you
all
guys
there.
approve the process of go ahead and giving additional funding to
Okay.
the 23 businesses.
You guys have any more questions for Michelle?
No.
No.
No. Okay, I look for a motion to approve draw number 7 for SIDC at $125,000.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. Thanks, Brian, for your EDC for working on that for us. All right, we got a APS credit card application here from Dan Murray. I don't see Dan here. I see he did send an email out. You guys had a chance to look that over? Have a good day.
I have no issues.
Nor do I.
Yeah. Okay, look for a motion to approve. Did we have was there a limit set on that, Patty, on the credit cards?
It varies somewhat, from 3,000 to 5,000 generally, and I'll have to check the records to see what the,
I don't remember, asking for a limitation on that card. What do you gentlemen want to set that limit at?
I'd say just whatever the normal rate is. I mean, I don't think there's a general guide, a general, range of it. I'm not sure if that's
It's
something
like
we would
3
want.
to 5, I think is what Patty just said, so.
I believe it is 3,000 to 5,000. And then, of course, if there's needs, we can adjust that for a temporary basis to take care of
Sure. Yeah.
issues that come up.
Good range, yeah.
Okay.
So they set it between 3,000 and 5,000, and he can determine which position needs which range.
Let's set it at 4,000 then. It's gonna have to be one or the other.
On this one, if, be my recommendation, you just will determine that by
To
the
be
need
determined.
It's-
and his budget.
Okay, all right, so we'll move forward, so. Look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion by Nikki Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold, all in favor.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, got the COVID-19 testing contract amendment. Kelly Streeter. Morning, Kelly.
Morning, Commissioners. I sent an email with a synopsis of our testing grant. It was awarded originally back in July of last year when the state was scrambling for testing to be done. It was a free community testing grant, and we then engaged at the time, because we couldn't in-house do it, a hospital to provide the service for 1 year. We gave them $100,000, the grant that we were awarded. While they were providing the service, they were granted additional funds for their laboratory services, and the state erroneously awarded Daviess County Health Department their funds, and I just needed to come to you all, make you aware of it, and to give it back, or to make sure that it passes to them and not us. We quote, decline it, and then it will be granted directly to them.
Back to them, yeah. I think it would be cleaner that way, just to keep it out of the county's coffers.
And with the state
Back to
saying it was an erroneous grant award to us, we agreed that it was a service they provided, not us, so it should go to them and not pass through.
Right, right. So we just decline this and then it goes back.
The process will be, and I use the word decline loosely. We basically allow them to be granted the funds directly instead of your signatures, and the state will now start the grant agreement processes with them directly.
Back to the Daviess County Community Hospital.
Correct.
Okay.
The only caveat that I need to make you aware of is, as of July 1, when their 1-year grant expired, we began testing services here. I'll tell you, yesterday we had a record-breaking day of people we tested in the community, 82 out of our office. It's quite an endeavor. So to pay for that, we were awarded $50,000 to continue that here till December 31. While this transition of funds is happening, we will not be receiving our additional grant funds until their processes are completed with DCH. So it may be 30 to 60 days. We're staffing this testing site, so just be aware that our next grant will be held up because of it.
Okay.
It won't be a big deal because we will have official grant agreements to give the auditor's office, knowing the money will be coming, but we will be a bit behind in our funds.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, sounds good.
Is there any questions?
I don't think so.
No.
Will the 50,000 cover the expense?
Well, just like the state of Indiana, we got today, this morning in our email, instead of 6 months, they're awarding us 1 year of another $100,000. So, yes, we've put together a budget, and for a testing clerk, and for all of the supplies needed, 100,000 will be adequate for a year.
Okay. Anything else for Kelly?
No, thank you.
All right, thanks, Kelly. So on this grant for, I think it was $1,053,200. I guess to look for a motion to decline and then have them reapply back to Daviess Community Hospital.
I'll let you make that. So moved.
Had a motion by Nathan Gabhart. Second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, interlocal agreement for Central Dispatch. I know, Nathan, you got an update on that, so.
Yeah, sure, just a quick update. We've been working with the city folks and made some changes on Thursday, Friday of last year, or last week of, seems like last year. Last week, some final changes. Apparently, last night at city council, they voted it down on their changes that they made. So I'm sure there's more to the story, so we'll just sit back and wait until the city determines what they want the agreement to look like, and then we'll take a look at it and move on. So
Alright.
we'll just kind of table this indefinitely until we hear back from the city, which I'm assuming should be some point.
Month or two, three?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did attend the council meeting last night for the city council, and they're gonna bring it up at the next meeting and come to a decision.
Okay,
But they wanted to have further discussion on a couple items.
okay, sounds good. I look for a motion to table the interlocal agreement
So moved.
for, yeah, motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold, all in favor.
Aye.
Motion carries. Then we got ambulance advisory board. Nathan, you wanna talk about that also?
Okay, yeah, I sent out some documents on our current ambulance advisory board. Our focus over the past 2 years has been getting the new ambulance service stood up. And now that we've done that, we need to make sure that the ambulance advisory board is back in place, managing, overseeing the contractual terms of our contract. Looking at the current ambulance advisory board, the fact that now the supervising hospital is now the provider of the services, we felt that a few changes needed
Right.
to be made based off of the members. So I sent those changes out. I'll kind of just recap those really quickly here. So basically, the changes would be that instead of the Daviess Community Hospital VP of Nursing, it would be the city police chief or a designee. Instead of the owner-operator of the contracted ambulance service, which again will be the supervising hospital, it would be the city fire chief or a designee. And then instead of the air evac representative, it would be a sheriff or a designee. So those would be, and then we would maintain the volunteer fire chief's designee.
Okay,
And then the commissioners would also have a designee who could be a volunteer fireman. So it'd be a 9-person board. We would serve as ex officio. So that's kind of where we're at, current state on that. So we would like to get an ambulance advisory board scheduled, but then when I thought, well, the current board members aren't necessarily gonna be the same board members as
This was on the
this would
list,
be.
yeah.
Do we wanna have one meeting with the old board members and then flip it over, or go ahead and just make the changes and have one new board meeting with the new board members? And then everyone else would be in the audience.
right.
Does that make sense?
I think we ought to just move forward with the new board and get it in place.
So I did reach out to the mayor.
Did the mayor say something about they wanted another position on there, or is
That was on the
that's in there?
central dispatch,
Okay,
which we
okay.
gave him and which they voted down. So
Okay.
that's different issue.
Okay,
So yeah.
I would make sure that the previous board is notified before you announce the new board.
100%. So it'd be basically 2 individuals in essence that are volunteer that would be notified. But I did reach out to Scott Myers. I did reach out to the police chief, the city fire chief, the sheriff, and DCH. The only other suggestion was at some point we may look at the DCH representatives that are still on the board and perhaps make them ex officio. But that'll be the next step. We'll look
okay,
at.
all right,
So if you guys are in agreement with the changes, I can send them over to Grant.
yeah. I think you just get that drawn up and we'll vote on the next meeting.
Okay, because I would like, I'm not sure where the dates of the next meeting are. Is it an early meeting?
September, see here, September 14th.
Okay, so, okay, what I'd like permission, I'm trying to do two things simultaneously, because if we approve it at the next meeting, and then we gotta find the new board members, now we're looking probably October.
Over.
And I don't wanna get the horse before the cart, but
Right.
trying to get that advisory board meeting stood up.
We could, if you get, the grant gets it drawn up, we could probably just do that via email and then make it official at the next meeting.
Do we do, okay, and then go ahead and start working on the new board members. in the
Proceed in
meeting.
tandem is what they're saying.
Yeah,
That'd be all right. We can do that, right, Patty?
because the meeting probably will be that third week in September, but it'll
Okay,
take me
so
2
we
weeks
can-
to get that
If you
set.
wanna have Grant get that drafted
Okay.
up, we, through email through Patty, we could look at that and agree on it, and then those board members could actually start, you know, if they gotta appoint somebody, they get that started.
Okay,
Then we'll make it official on the September 14th.
14th, sounds great. Yep,
All right.
all right, thank you.
All right, appreciate it. All right, we got AT&T relocate lines for the new parking lot. The very first quote that came back from AT&T, which was to drop all the lines in the alleyway of the new parking lot across the street and down Third Street, that bill came in at $46,005.01, which I think all of the commissioners are agreeing with. That was just too extravagant to drop those lines at that cost. So I went back to the drawing board to try to get those, at least the alley lines dropped, because we got cars traversing around that parking lot. And they came back with a price of $12,364 to remove the overhead structures in the alleyway from 4th Street to 3rd Street. So Scott actually buried conduit over there just in case they decided to lay concrete before the AT&T got there. We got conduit in the ground, so AT&T will just drop the line, feed it through the conduit, and feed a pedestal on 3rd Street, and then go back to a pole on 4th Street. So that, the cost of that, to put the line in the conduit and reattach it and service downs, that's what the price was, $12,364.60. If you gentlemen have discussion on that right now, whether it's worthwhile now, or we do it later, or you guys want to do what your pleasure is.
Yeah, I mean, you've been working on this in extreme detail. For the amount of work they're doing and the price is it?
It's still, I think it's still inflated price, but, because like I said, we did buy the conduit, bury the conduit, which I'm gonna ask for that bill to be paid, because Scott has spent $494.52 on his credit card to get the conduit, and so myself, Scott, and Rodney went over and buried that conduit ourselves, just to get it in the ground so it wouldn't slow the project down. So, but for us having the conduit in the ground, and then all they're gonna do is just pull that cable through and attach the either end, I still think it's inflated price, but I think we do need to get those power lines down in the alleyway. That's the only thing that's holding us up right now, to get those lines down. Let's remove those 2 poles.
Okay.
AT&T's AT&T.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we've dealt with them enough to know that it's
it's amazing they came down and agreed to what you wanted to do as far
Well,
as the scope of work, so
yeah,
I'd be all in favor of it.
so, but this contract here that they want me to sign is actually still got the original price on it, so I don't want to misconstrue anything here. There might be another sign sheet here. If we agree on this today, I think we need to make sure we're signing the right contract here. Okay, I think it is, it's right here,
Yeah,
it's
it's
separate.
2 separate contracts.
It is, okay. So the price to drop that line, here's what they got for the work site order. 210 Northeast 3rd Street, Washington, Indiana, invoice relocate and AT&T facilities. Consider replacing conduit, pulling cable, and removing the poles, and that's valid for 60 days at that price of $12,364.60. So if you guys are in agreement, we'll go ahead. So, said you made a motion on that, Ron?
Yes.
Got a motion by Ron Arnold,
Second.
second by Nathan Gabhart, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. So, I'm gonna get rid of this one here before we get it mixed up. the right sheet for that. Guess place to sign for that one. Right here.
Customer.
This is still on here for this other amount of work, I think.
I think that's new. That's from August 20th.
And then this one here,
And the 404,
that one there still says, 36, that needs to be pulled out of there also. Do you think this one's right for this one?
it's 20th.
Okay.
This one
Yep.
goes to,
All right.
that looks right.
All right, thanks, Grant.
Control number 211-414.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be the right one.
All right, I got a receipt here for the electrical conduit for the project we just talked about for across the street for AT&T's project. And, that comes in at $494.52. I'd like to see that paid out of the Commissioner's Building Fund.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. You guys have anything else for the commissioners?
No.
Anybody in the audience? Anybody have anything? Okay.
Patty slipping the president a love note again.
So we, our streaming services was down while we was doing the presentation for Reed, and I apologize for that. So if you guys do want to come back up for pictures and presentation, we can. If not, I understand.
Last chance for a speech, man. All right.
All right. You guys fine then? All right. I apologize for that. All right. Anything else from
Well,
commissioners from
they
the
picked
audience?
the right meeting to sit through, 38 minutes.
Yeah, this is a pretty short meeting.
Yeah. Awesome, nothing.
So, you guys have anything else? Gary, Steve, anybody? All right, if not, look for a motion to pay payroll, pay claims, and for adjournment.
So moved.
Got a motion by Nathan Gabhart,
Second.
second by Ron Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.